My girlfriend and I, both 20 years old, had just moved into our dream home, a perfect haven for us and our rescued cat, Bella. Everything felt like a blessing, from the cozy rooms to the open back garden where we envisioned countless evenings under the stars. The only hiccup was the abandoned house to our right, left half renovated with no fence separating our garden from its own. Behind it, another property housed several young men who occasionally cut through the neighbor's garden to reach the street. We assumed they had permission and thought little of it. Our first night was magical, sitting in the garden, dreaming of our future. But then we noticed a man staring from a window in the house behind us, his face expressionless in the dark. It unsettled us, but we chalked it up to curiosity about new neighbors. After half an hour, we retreated inside, choosing to focus on the warmth of our new home. Days passed smoothly, I went to work, my fiancée unpacked, and Bella claimed every sunlit corner. One evening, we returned to the garden, stargazing and sharing deep conversations, when the makeshift wooden fence creaked. 3 men stood there, staring, one around 29 holding a large bag. I broke the tension, asking, "Are you okay?" He offered us stolen dishwashing tablets, which we politely declined, lightening the mood with a joke. They left with a casual okay, but their uninvited presence lingered in our minds, especially as 2 young women living alone. The intrusions grew bolder, they entered our garden often, lifting the fence to access the abandoned house, their actions feeling like intimidation. One day, while cleaning, I saw 2 police officers inspecting the neighbor's garden. They left without a word, but soon after, police knocked on our door with good news. The men behind us had been evicted for antisocial behavior, not just toward us but other neighbors too. Relief washed over us, a blessing that their actions wouldn't escalate. But challenges persisted. One day, while I was in the bath, a loud bang startled me. I found my fiancée recording from our spare bedroom window, capturing a stranger sprinting toward our house, trying the door handle, then banging on the empty house's windows. We called the police, who reviewed the footage and took a statement, urging us to stay vigilant. That night, at 2:16 a.m., whistling, sharp and harassing, pierced the silence, followed by tapping on our window. Our cameras failed to record, but the noises stopped, and we sought refuge at my mom's house. Returning, we found our Ring doorbell removed, its SD card missing. The police warned it might signal worse intentions, but their honesty spurred us to act. We installed new cameras, locked every door, and leaned on our community, neighbors who shared our concerns and offered support. Weeks later, at 2:52 a.m., a camera alert revealed 2 masked men, one with a crowbar, shining flashlights into our windows. Fear gripped us, but we recorded everything, determined to reclaim our peace. A man in a black mask stood in our garden, arms spread wide, staring up at our window. The police dismissed it, saying staring wasn't illegal, but we refused to feel powerless. With our neighbors' help, we formed a watch group, installed brighter lights, and shared our footage online, raising awareness. The harassment lessened, and the man's appearances dwindled. Today, we recorded him staring again, but we're no longer just scared, we're empowered, surrounded by a community that's become our greatest blessing. We'll keep updating, stronger together. Let me start by saying I'm grounded, not paranoid, and what I've experienced has only made me stronger. 3 months ago, I ended a 2-year relationship with my ex, Caleb. He was never violent, but his controlling nature, tracking my phone, quizzing my daily activities, wore me down. I changed my number, disabled social media, and moved apartments, believing I'd left him behind. Then came the barista. At a small coffee shop near my new place, a young woman smiled and said, "Good morning, sunshine." My heart stopped. That was Caleb's sarcastic nickname for me, used to needle me when I was upset. I brushed it off as coincidence, but days later, a rideshare driver, an older man, glanced at me and asked, "Ever figure out what you're running from?" A phrase Caleb once used, verbatim. Then, at the grocery store, a woman whispered, "You don't get to just disappear." A passerby commented on my hairstyle, another hummed a song Caleb played during arguments. Each stranger's face was different, but their eyes held the same knowing look, as if they saw through me. Doubting my sanity, I messaged Caleb's sister, begging her to make him stop. She replied that Caleb had been in rehab for 6 weeks, phoneless, a claim confirmed by a Facebook photo of him, pale and holding a sobriety chip. Yet the encounters continued. One night, walking home with headphones in but no music, a hooded man on a stoop said, "Cold out tonight, ha, sunshine." Without looking up. The next morning, my doormat was flipped, revealing a chilling note, "You can change your face too if you want, but I'll still recognize you." I vomited, then fled to a hotel. At 2 a.m., 3 slow knocks woke me. Through the peephole, a woman in her 40s stared blankly at my door. The hotel confirmed the floor was vacant. I realized these weren't random acts, someone was orchestrating this, using Caleb's phrases. Recalling a vague mention of a forum where Caleb shared tactics, I suspected he hired people to haunt me psychologically, ensuring I'd never escape his shadow. But I refused to be a victim. I moved again, dyed my hair, and confided only in trusted friends, swearing them to secrecy. Last week, a woman passed me, saying, "Still hiding behind books, sunshine." Instead of fear, I felt resolve. I joined a support group for stalking survivors, started therapy, and began documenting everything. The paranoia is fading, replaced by strength. This isn't a game I'll lose. I'm rebuilding my life, and that's my blessing. My family, a close-knit group of homebodies, rarely travels, so my aunt's idea for a trip to Michigan's Great Lakes was a thrilling surprise. My cousin booked a stunning Airbnb on the beach, miraculously fitting all 18 of us. The main house was gorgeous, with lake views like an ocean, but my 3 cousins and I were assigned to a 2-story garage behind it. At first, we didn't mind, spending our first day in the hot tub and on the beach, soaking in the joy of togetherness. That night, we entered the garage and found it neglected, moldy bathrooms, stained linens, and a flimsy door latch. Determined to make it work, we decided to wash the bedding, but the small machines meant late-night laundry. As we waited, my cousin Maria grumbled about our bad luck, but I felt a familiar unease, a gut warning from a past break-in in Detroit. I urged everyone to stay alert, and they nodded, trusting my instincts. Around midnight, I began washing sheets, trekking up and down the stairs. By 2:37 a.m., we finished, exhausted but relieved by the clean beds. My cousins slept, but as a light sleeper, I stayed up, working on my phone. At 3 a.m., a deafening bang shook the garage door. I froze, hoping it was wind, but the sound was too heavy. Another crash followed, then a third at 3:20 a.m., waking 2 cousins. We agreed no wind could cause that. Nikki texted her mom, my aunt, who woke my uncle. He rushed outside with my dad and older cousins, confirming our fears, someone was on the property. We grabbed our things and fled to the main house, where the family gathered, piecing together the night. My uncle had seen a man behind the garage, staring boldly before vanishing without a sound, no footsteps, no crunching leaves. My brothers found 2 jester cards, one demonic looking, hinting at mockery, especially chilling at the devil's hour of 3 a.m. My aunt noted the main house door slammed without wind, sparking fears of an intruder, but a search found no one. The next night, my mom, sleeping by the windows, heard footsteps and a rattling basement door where my brothers slept. She raced to check, but found no one. Shaken, we left early, cutting our trip short. On the drive home, we theorized, a neighbor annoyed by Airbnb guests, or something paranormal tied to the jester cards. The host never sent promised camera footage, deepening our suspicions about a local's involvement. Yet, amidst the fear, we found a blessing. The ordeal united us, turning a scary trip into a testament to our strength. We laughed, cried, and vowed to plan another trip, refusing to let fear win. My mom's theory, that someone watched me during laundry, only deepened our resolve to protect each other. Those lake views, our shared resilience, and the love that held us together are memories we'll cherish forever.